Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Najwa Husseini with Azadi News. Azadi TV team wishes all Rohingya and Muslims around the globe a very blessed Ramadan. May Allah give us strength and strong will to fight this ongoing novel coronavirus epidemic and survive with unity and faith. Bangladesh-India brace for Amphan, the biggest cyclone in 20 years. Canadian doctor serious concerns for Rohingya refugees. Center for displaced Rohingya women built from bamboo in Bangladesh. India and Bangladesh evacuated millions of people from the path of the most powerful storm in 20 years, which is expected to make landfall as early as 9 GMT on Wednesday and has raised fears of extensive damage to houses and crops and disruption of road, rail, and power links. The authorities' move to save lives was complicated by continuing efforts to curb the coronavirus pandemic and enforce social distancing. Many thousands of migrant workers are on the roads trying to get home from big cities after a nationwide lockdown destroyed their livelihoods, while more than 1 million Rohingya are in refugee camps in Bangladesh. Approaching from the Bay of Bengal, super cyclone Amphan was expected to hit the coast of eastern India and southern Bangladesh, with winds gusting up to 185 km per hour, the equivalent of a Category 5 hurricane. The Indian Weather Department forecast a storm surge of 10 to 16-foot waves as high as a 2-story house that could swamp mud dwellings along the coast, uproot communication towers, and inundate roads and railway tracks. Authorities were hastily repurposing quarantine facilities for the looming cyclone soon after easing the world's biggest lockdown against the coronavirus. India has reported more than 100,000 cases with 3,163 deaths. There are fears that up to 1.4 million people may be displaced due to the cyclone, and 600,000 homes could be destroyed according to Oxfam. Bangladeshi officials said the cyclone could set off tidal waves and heavy rainfall, unleashing floods. It was expected to hit land between the districts of Chittagong and Khulna, just 150 km 93 miles from refugee camps housing more than 1 million Rohingya in flimsy shelters. Aid workers have stockpiled emergency items such as food, tarpaulins, and water purification tablets. Hundreds more Rohingya rescued from boats adrift in the Bay of Bengal are living on the flood-prone island of Bashanchar. The outbreak of COVID-19 in the world's largest refugee camp in Bangladesh will prove to be a cataclysmic disaster, according to a Canadian doctor and Nobel Peace Prize nominee. Fawzia Alvi, who regularly travels to the crowded and unsanitary Rohingya camps in South Asia, predicted millions of refugees will be decimated after the first case of coronavirus appeared last week. Alvi was nominated for the Nobel Prize last year for humanitarian work, and through her foundation Humanity Auxilium, she sends doctors every other month to the camps to provide medical services to the estimated 1 million Muslim Rohingya. She has visited the camps regularly since the Rohingya began to flee Burma from neighboring Bangladesh, when the Buddhist army perpetrated a campaign of terror, rape, and widespread murder in 2017. The conditions in the Bangladeshi camps are squalid and overcrowded, with a shortage of everything including fresh water. Bangladesh is caught in the maw of the virus, with intensive care units choked with patients and only 2,000 ventilators of the population of 160 million. There are no intensive care units in the camps and no ventilators or electricity. As of Tuesday, there are almost 5 million cases globally annually and nearly 322,000 deaths according to the US-based Johns Hopkins University. Bangladesh has a little more than 25,000 cases and 370 deaths. The Rohingya in the camps are among the most vulnerable people in the world, and they have already suffered psychological trauma as the Burmese army burned entire villages, raped women, and murdered men, women, and children. Their mental health is precarious, LV said, and they desperately need help. Architect Rizvi Hassan used bamboo to build a community center for Rohingya women and girls living in a refugee camp where they can bath and access counseling. Called Beyond Survival, a safe space for Rohingya women and girls, the project is located in Camp 25, a refugee site in a forested area of Tiknaf in Bangladesh. Rooms radiate in an oval shape around a sheltered circular courtyard that is open to the sky at the middle. The center provides a mix of private spaces for counseling, refugee case management meetings, and breastfeeding, as well as a place to gather as a group and joint skills workshops. Bangladeshi architect Hassan collaborated with the UN Bangladesh-based non-governmental organization BRAC and the charity UNICEF to design and build the bamboo shelter. The center offers adolescent girls and women from the surrounding camp area a place to have a good bath a day, a place to complain about abuse and violence, and a place where they can learn to create and share, said Hassan. Basic materials such as woven bamboo walls, straw thatching, and tarpaulin were used as they were cheap and on hand. Like the camp, the shelter is only temporary, and the bamboo and straw will need to be replaced after a year or so. As Camp 25 sits in an area prone to cyclones, the bamboo and straw would also be less dangerous during high winds. Toilets and bathing facilities are located in separate outhouses to one side of the women's center. The privacy afforded here was an important part of the design. This is today's news. To get more updates about Rohingya, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Visit our website azadinews.org and follow our social media accounts. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.